Welcome to the SI Golf Plus digital bonus. Guys, the big news last weekend, Ted Bishop impeached from the PGA of America for an offensive tweet. Gary Van Sickle, let's start with you. Is Twitter just too dangerous today for public figures?
Well, I think it's pretty dangerous, especially for guys from my generation, the older guys, because all these phrases we used when we were kids to rag on each other are now considered offensive. You got to be careful. I know when I tweet something, I'll look at it 2 or 3 times before I hit send because, well, I think if you're a public figure, maybe it's not too dangerous, but you better have a proofreader helping you out.
You don't want to be too clever for your Twitter followers, Gary. It's a slippery slope when you start making jokes that not everyone will get. What do you guys think? If you're on Twitter today as a public figure, would you keep a low profile, or are you pretty comfortable, with the idea of just being yourself and trusting things to land where they're supposed to?
Gary said it. I mean, you can't be stupid about this stuff. I mean, it's a obviously very powerful medium. Within seconds, you can broadcast your message to thousands, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of followers. The dumber or more controversial it is, the more people are going to see it. So, yeah, you got to take a second before you hit that tweet button and say, listen, this isn't going out to 10 or 12 of my golf buddies. This is essentially potentially going out to the world. But, look at a guy like Ricky Fowler or a guy like Graham McDowell. Those guys are masters of the medium. They've exponentially improved their brands, I would say, a big part through Twitter and social media. So if you're smart about it, if you're dynamic and you know what you're doing, it's a huge boon to these guys.
I honestly think it's the message, not the medium. I mean, I think if he called up Ian Poulter and called him a little girl, I think that would have been bad. I think that if he wrote him a letter and called him a little girl, that would have been bad. I mean, I do think it gives it a paper trail, and certainly, I mean, the generational issue that Gary was talking about is certainly true. But I mean, his comments would have been unacceptable and certainly sort of beneath his position, no matter what forum he did it in. He had Rory McIlroy, I think, is a great example of someone's very natural, just kind of says what he thinks on Twitter, as long as you're a little bit careful. But what he did, I think, in any format would have been beyond the standards of what a PGA president should be doing.
Definitely for a president, but don't you think, we were talking about earlier how Sergio Garcia's fried chicken comment directed at Tiger Woods last year, it was in an open microphone at a banquet. I mean, that controversy faded fairly quickly, and we don't talk about it anymore. And I feel like Twitter, you get so many people involved in the conversation right away. It's like a microphone that just comes out there to thousands, or in Bishop's case, maybe even hundreds of thousands of people all at once. I think it is more dangerous. I think people have to be even more careful on those mediums than they would even just smaller conversations with friends, or even at a dinner or things like that. I think it's a real.
And there's no video footage of the Sergio comment,
right.
So it's not out there for the public. Yeah. They hear about it, and you hear, he allegedly said this, or this is what he said. I mean, Sergio clearly said that, but it's a difference between hearing it and a difference between seeing it, or seeing it in the written word in Bishop's case that's out there for the public record forever. So I think that makes it sort of more powerful and more lasting.
If they could have fired Sergio Garcia, I'm sure they would have. I mean, what he did is certainly significantly worse than anything Ted Bishop did. Yeah. But I mean, I think that's part of it too, is that, there's somebody who can fire Ted Bishop. I mean, I think the lesson here is that if you want to say offensive things on Twitter, you should be an independent contractor and not an employee.
Right.
And then you'll be kind of safe.
Yeah.
So Donald Trump, carte blanche on Twitter. He's the boss. He can't fire himself.